What's up guys, Zach Sanders here with the Datsun Ski channel. So this is going to be almost the last video to my next, to the ending of the series of boosting the Z on a budget. So first things first, I'm just going to get into just overall what I roughly spent on the build. It was pretty complicated because it just took a lot longer than I expected, and there was some parts that I didn't have that a lot of you guys probably already have, like an oil pan or a couple of other maybe fittings that you might have laying around. So I'm just going to give you guys a rough estimate within, probably a couple $100 of what you can actually do to boost your LS or whatever it is on a budget. So that's exactly what I'm just going to go through, and we'll get right into it. A lot of it also, it all just depends on, your knowledge, and if you have people or friends to help you out with some of the build, or actually take it to somebody that can do the piping, because that's going to cost a lot more. But just the parts, not counting the labor on what I did or my buddies helped me out do. I'm just going to go over what you can spend parts wise on the LS swap with Boost and make some good power. So I made actually some pretty decent power with this setup that I have, and I actually stayed pretty cheap. I'm a broke ass. So first things first is the truck exhaust headers. They were free. So those were my first ones. I actually picked them out from, because I work on my car at Exhaust Pros. If you haven't already paid attention to the series, I got them in the back of Exhaust Pros. Just the truck exhaust manifolds. Just get those from a junkyard. You pay like nothing for them. So first things first, we're going to go to On3 Performance. On3 Performance and their blow-off valves and gates, and I also got a turbo from them too. So On3 Performance actually has pretty good prices, and they make good power, and their stuff's pretty reliable. So 50 millimeter blow-off valve and the 44 millimeter gate, that came as a group, that came as a pair. It was about $250. The On3 Performance 78 millimeter turbo was about $400. Then we got the Mishimoto intercooler, that was $230. Next is the IC piping, CX Racing. I bought so that's the IC piping, and it also came with a bunch of boots, straights, 90s, and then it came with just a bunch of boost clamps, 3-inch clamps. So that was about $80 for that. The next one's going to be 3-bar map sensor. The 3-bar map sensor is what you're going to need because you're not going to have a mass airflow sensor anymore. You have to delete that. So you have to get a 3-bar map sensor. That's going to be for your HP tuners and your tuner to have, so he can actually tune your car correctly. I spent about $35 on that at the local Chevy dealership. The next one's going to be Monkey Fab T4 flange. So their T4 flanges are actually already pre-built. With the other side, they have some flares on it. So all you have to do is just hook your exhaust pipe up to it. I spent $90 on that. So the next one, it's going to get kind of complicated here because there's a lot of fittings and stuff like that, and I'm going to be off a little bit on a couple of fittings and hoses and lines. So just bear with me on this. The V-band clamps, I ended up getting, I got 4, and they're all $30. Then not all $30. They were $30 a piece for the V-bands. Now I got 4 V-band clamps, and these are all 3-inch, so everything's 3-inch throughout my whole car. The V-band clamps were $10 a piece. The V-bands themselves were $30 a piece, and they're actually really nice and easy to weld up to. Flex pipe, that was about $20 from Silicone Intakes. Well, this is all from Silicone Intakes. So I got the V-bands from Silicone Intakes, the band clamps. The flex pipe was $20 from Silicone Intakes. The next one's going to be 1/8 MPT barb fittings, and those are going to hook up to my vacuum block that I purchased from Vibrant Performance. That was about $55 for the block, for the vacuum block from Vibrant. I purchased that a while ago, so I've had that for a little bit. And then the barb fittings, I had about 6 of them, all 1/8 inch MPT barb fittings. And it was about $10. Don't go to Ace, don't go to your local place, because they'll completely screw you to catch up. So, and 1/8 inch MPT barb fittings with $10. Feed oil line MPT 1/8 inch to a -3, and then a couple of 90-degree female side fittings that connect to the steel braided line. And I spent about a total on the feed and return. I'm just going to average this all out because I just kept on buying fittings, and it was miserable because that's like the worst part of, if anybody knows how to build or building stuff, fittings get so expensive and it adds up so quick. So I'm just going to average the feed oil line fittings and the oil line and the return line fittings for everything. I'm going to put about $150 to $200. It was about $180 total between those two. And if you have those parts, great. If you can find some new ones or find some cheaper ones, cheap fittings, just go for it. Just get them if you can find them cheap. Just do your research, because a lot of people will have them, or even just hit up a buddy, because I did on a couple of those fittings too. So the next one's going to be boost gauge. I went to Harbor Freight. I spent $20 on it. Actually, it might have even been 15. It was $20. It was $20. So there's that. Then the vacuum hose. I really don't know how much I got. I probably got I think I got like 10 feet, 10 or 11 feet, and I spent $20 on the vacuum hose. And then I did a bunch of zip ties down with that, and so on and so forth. A couple of other things, miscellaneous wise, in terms of just like the exhaust piping, the downpipe, and making sure that my exhaust is hooked up. I added just a bunch of the miscellaneous stuff together that I honestly don't know, well, didn't really have to pay for, or I had a friend hook up. So I put another $200 on that. So if I'm missing anything, or if you guys have any ideas of what I did not mention in this video, please comment below. I will let you know what I spent on that to get everything running, or what I did. So don't be afraid to comment or message me. My Instagram is 240z_ski_z. So I'll put that in the description below. I'll just put all the rest of these I'll put the rest of these companies that I purchased their stuff from. I'll put those in the description below as well. So the grand total is about $1,800, give or take, because there's always going to be some kind of part or something that you're going to need and run to the store and spend a little bit of extra money. So I just rounded up. The total was like $1,715, and I just rounded up to $1,800, because you know what? There's always something, and it's always going to be another 20, another 30, another 40, another $50. So just averaged out about $1,800 is what it's going to be roughly to get your turbo setup going on your LS swap. So yeah, if you like the video, go subscribe. Go comment below if you have any questions, or if there's anything in this video that I forgot about. I'm more than willing to just let you know what I paid for it, or what grand total if I missed on the grand total a little bit. But that's pretty much where I'm at. I'm going to put all of the companies down below in the comment section, or not in the but in the description below. So go check that out, and go subscribe, do what you can do. Datsun Skeezy channel, I got more coming your way. The next video is going to be the dyno and getting my car on the dyno, and then I'm going to start actually changing the channel up a little bit. There's going to be some changes that are made, and I'm pretty excited because I am going to go a little bit different direction and change the game up a little bit. So, yep, take it easy, guys. Later.